Betting the NBA in the regular season can be a little bit tricky. It's like navigating a dangerous path loaded with landmines and all sorts of issues about who's going to play, how many minutes they're going to get, whether they're going to actually come prepared to play, motivation, situational. It's pretty tough. Sometimes I ask myself, why do I even bother doing it? In contrast, handicapping the NBA playoffs, it feels like the streets are paved with gold. Now, I don't want to get too arrogant. I don't want to jinx myself here. I won't go as far as saying it's easy money, but we've been pretty successful so far, and we certainly enjoy handicapping playoff games more than regular season games. And with that, we have two NBA games on tap today. We're going to look at the Celtics at Orlando in Game 3 and Milwaukee at home against Indiana in Game 3. We'll get it started with Boston at Orlando. The Celtics are a 4.5-point favorite, and the total sits at 198, a really low total for this game. That Orlando team plays pretty tough defense. Boston up 2-0 in the series. It looks like they're in full control, but hold on a second. They're down two starters. Tatum is doubtful for today's game, and Holiday's got a sore hamstring. He's listed as questionable. Jaylen Brown came into the postseason nursing a sore knee, and that was certainly one of the things that the Celtics were concerned about. To me, it looks like they're one Jaylen Brown injury away from a complete collapse and a disaster, and you have to ask yourself, how good would this Boston team be without their top three players or three of their top players, certainly their dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum? I certainly think, I'm not going to say Orlando is going to win this series if the Celtics suffer injury problems, but I was looking at a prop bet on Orlando to win Game 3 and win the series, 65-1. I think that's worth a stab. Like I said, they're one more injury away from a bit of a disaster here. But as far as who do I like in this game, I like Orlando to come out, play hard, make a statement. Whether they win the game or not, I'm not willing to commit to that, but I will take them for the first half. The Magic getting points in the first half of this game, I love that bet. And as far as player props for this game, let's look at Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics. We've been riding him in both the first two games. He was excellent since the All-Star break, playing more minutes, scoring more points. He is probably the best shooter on the team, and if Tatum doesn't play, which he's not expected to, Tatum's a guy that averages 10 three-point attempts per game. If he's not taking those shots, Peyton Pritchard's a guy that'll be taking those shots. So Peyton Pritchard over 20.5 points, rebounds, assists. Orlando Magic for the first half plus the points. Now, before we get into the second video, let me tell you about a promotion we have available right now at WagerTalk.com. I mentioned we're off and running in the NBA playoffs, which comes as no surprise. I'm up over 100 units with NBA playoff picks since I joined the company in 2021. 4 consecutive winning seasons. We're off to a great start so far, up 10 units so far in this playoffs, and that doesn't even include our pending series bets. We've got a bunch of pending series bets that are looking very, very favorable to us. But for a limited time, you can get the rest of the NBA playoffs from this guy right here. For only $99, use the promo code NBA99. Now let's get into the second game. We're looking at the Milwaukee Bucks hosting the Indiana Pacers. And the stat daddy, Ralph Michaels, sent me a message this morning telling me about a trend that he's dug up, which I'm well aware of. Teams that are down 0-2 in a series heading home as a favorite of 2 or more points. Since 2015, that's only happened 15 times. And in those 15 games, said team is 10-5 straight up, 9-6 against the spread. They have a point differential of plus 3.5 in the first quarter, plus 5.4 in the first half, and plus 1.7 in the second half. And based on Ralph's numbers, it looks like the first half, if you're getting a team that's got a point differential of plus 5.4 in the first half, I think you got to look at that. And I do like the Milwaukee Bucks here to come out firing and win the first half, perhaps the first quarter as well. First quarter bet, first half bet. I still like them to win the game. I think Milwaukee will win this game. but I did bet on Indiana to win game one and win the series. So that's one of my pending series bets. I like this Indiana team. They're young. They've got the depth. All five of their starters is capable of coming up and scoring 20 points. And I don't think you can say that about Milwaukee. Milwaukee is leaning heavily on Damian Lillard and Giannis. And as good as those guys are, as far as the series goes, I don't like Milwaukee. In fact, I looked at the Bucks to win this game and lose the series, thinking, if they're giving me some decent odds on that, I would love that bet. Even odds on Milwaukee to win this game and lose the series. So that tells you what the bookmakers think of Milwaukee's chances. They don't like Milwaukee in this series. Neither do I. But we like the Bucks in game 3 for the first half, -4.5. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, you hit me up in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.